Those were the headlines, and now for the full newscast with me, Dennis Fraser. Vice President Dr. Mohamed Jallow has told the media practitioners that the government will put in place measures to address the alarming rate of collapsed buildings in Freetown. He made a statement during his visit to the scene at Shell, where a 7-story building collapsed and claimed the lives of people, leaving others severely injured. Mohamed Koma begins our coverage, but we must warn you of disturbing footages ahead.
The collapse of the 7-story building at Shell in the east of Freetown has left many people dumbfounded, especially because of the magnitude of the incident. Vice President Dr. Mohamed Jallow visited the scene to sympathize with victims and their families and appreciated key players who had been instrumental in the rescue process. Executive Director of National Disaster Management Agency, retired General Brema Sisse, updated the Vice President on their operations so far, including the number of people involved, death toll and survivors.
16 people then we account for. 7 of them and they survive. Of them 7 and they will get 2 females and the 5 males. 2 under 5, the males and 2 under 5 and 3 adults. The one that we not survive, we get 9 deaths, we get 1 male, then we get 8 females. 6 females and adults and 2 under 5s. As we speak right now, of the 7, 5 admit Narokopa Hospital and 2 in actually track because of the degree of injuries we did suffer.
Vice President Dr. Mohamed Jallow appreciated the team for their show of diligence. He extended his visitation to Okupa Government Hospital, where 5 of the 7 survivors were being treated and the remaining 2, who were said to be in critical condition, were admitted at Chaithram Hospital. The Vice President was pleased with the victims' swift response to treatment.
We continue the search and rescue mission, and then secondly, we care for the one that we survive and we wound, we put them in our hospital, so we give them the maximum care. I want to use the opportunity for tell everybody thank you, for tell the National Disaster Management thank you, the general way there, the crisis team we set up, and the player that we able to bring together, including the security and the defense forces and all the private sector players, the way we brought out the legend to them, so we get construction material machine there, and that other company back, we get another construction company, we don't supply material. We continue for reinforce that effort there. We bring more people, we bring more machines for make sure CLO do the maximum work.
The doctor in charge, Dr. Alpha Karim Sharif, said that they have the necessary medical facility to attend to patients.
Currently, we get enough personnel then to respond to the incident, and we don't put in place a lot of equipment like the oxygen machines and some medications like IV plates, analgesics and others. We get to the free health category, so if we get any constraint, we will contact the Ministry for support and other hospitals then. But as of now, we get enough medications and stuff as well.
The search and rescue are still ongoing, as a number of other victims were said to be under the debris. Whether they are dead or alive is yet to be found out. For SLBC, Mohamed Koma reporting.
Now to the presidency. Vice President Julius Malaba, is in the United Kingdom to deliver the keynote address at the 4th edition of the Open Ages Symposium, which will focus on the future of food and agriculture in a changing climate. This year's symposium will highlight the vital role of agricultural practices in enhancing both national and international food security, as well as ensuring the financial stability of farmers and the broader economic security of nations. Organizers noted that by adopting practices that enhance resilience and stability, the agriculture sector can play a pivotal role in securing food, water, and energy resources for the future. The Open Ages Symposium 2024 is organized by the Oxford Indian Center for Sustainable Development, or OICSD, a partnership between the University of Oxford and the Government of India. The event is co-organized by UPL, a global provider of sustainable agriculture products and solutions, with annual revenues exceeding $5 billion United States dollars. We do apologize for that. Now, the judiciary has held its opening ceremony and called over 94 cases of the September 2024 criminal sessions, presided by the acting Chief Justice Nicholas Brown-Mark at the Law Court building Shaka Stephen Street in Freetown. Zainab Sunkai Kamara was in court.
The High Court called over cases is for the purpose of the presiding judge taking the plea of accused persons committed for trial by magistrate court, and those whose indictments were preferred with the consent in writing of a judge. When accused person plead guilty of any offense, the presiding judge is entitled to proceed to sentencing. And where there is no guilty plea, the presiding judge will adjourn the trial to a specific date when the case will come up before a judge to whom the case will be assigned. 94 accused persons are before the court for various criminal offenses, including murder, treason, conspiracy, robbery with aggravation, larceny, house and office breaking, wounding with intent, unlawful possession of drugs, among others. Acting Chief Justice Nicholas Brown-Mark was the presiding judge, and he sentenced Yusuf Toli and Almami Bangura to 5 years respectively. They were before him on 2-count charges of larceny, office and store breaking contrary to law. The criminal session comes in 4 times every year, and it gives opportunity to accused persons whose cases are committed to the High Court. For Slbc, Zainab Sunkari Kurma.
We will continue to bring you more on court updates as the criminal session continue. The Ministry of Social Welfare and the Sierra Leone Police (FSU) have conducted a high-level stakeholders meeting on the popularization of the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2024 and the signing of an MOU between the Ministry of Social Welfare and the Family Support Unit of the Sierra Leone Police to better collaborate and coordinate. Our reporter Christina Kamara has more.
In a recent development, Ministry of Social Welfare and the Sierra Leone Police (FSU) have come together for a high-level stakeholders meeting. The focus of the meeting was to discuss on the implementation of the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2024. The engagement also coincided with the signing of an MOU between the Ministry of Social Welfare and the Family Support Unit of the Sierra Leone Police. The program brought together representatives from Ministry of Social Welfare, the Police, Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs, United Nations, and lawmakers, among others. Minister of Social Welfare Melrose Kaminting called for an urgent need to protect the rights of children in the country, adding that the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2024 and the signing of MOU between the Ministry of Social Welfare and the police were timely. The minister described child marriage as a devastating human rights violation, noting that girls are not brides. She said studies revealed that 800,000 children were wives, of which 400,000 have married before aged 15.
The critical mass of girls are still held in servitude, allowing them to be pregnant, to be married at an early age, become pregnant, and because they are young, their bodies cannot take the pregnancy, and because they are young, they normally face devastating challenges, especially when they are ready to give birth to children. The Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2024 represents a significant step forward in our fight against gender-based violence. Yes? Because even the child marriage is a violation. This legislation is a landmark legislation that provides for the prevention and enforcement of penalties on offenders, protecting victims' rights, and ensuring related support services for young girls affected by child marriage in Sierra Leone.
Inspector General of the Sierra Leone Police, William Fayaselu, said the rolling out session was a call to all individuals to come together to set up action plans and ensure that these laws will be enforced effectively. He added that their mission is to eradicate child marriage in Sierra Leone, and the MOU has outlined the institution's roles and responsibilities of the police and the Ministry of Social Welfare in executing their duties.
Secured several convictions in court for all the issues: human trafficking, domestic violence, child abuse, all of those ones. As long as it comes to our attention, we will guide it jealously to make sure it ends in the court. Because when you look at the criminal justice system, we are the ones who initiate that particular system. From the police, it goes from the court, it goes to the correctional centers.
Member of Parliament, Bojon District, Honorable Mariam Azombo, called for swift actions to protect girls below the age of 18. She stated that child marriage has been prohibited in Section 34 and criminalized in Section 35 of the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2024.
The Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2024 states in Section 2(1) that child marriage is prohibited. It also states that it's criminal. But in the same law, it says that cohabitation is criminal. The law criminalizes cohabitation. To me, it criminalizes consent, giving consent to child marriage, even if that child is your own biological child. It criminalizes attendance in weddings. Those who love to go to weddings, dress nicely and go to weddings, you are a criminal if that wedding is child marriage. It criminalizes promotion, bateau. It criminalizes attempting, criminalizes conspiracy. It also criminalizes aiding and abetting child marriage, conduction of child marriage, imams, pastors, community leaders who conduct marriages.
Stakeholders consider the high-level meeting to be a life-saving event that aims to strengthen the protection of children and combat child marriage in the country. SLBC News are in Freetown. Christiana Kamari reporting.
This is SLBC ATM News Live, and we are reaching you live from our broadcasting house here at New Granville in Freetown. We continue with more stories now on education. The Deaconess Salimatu County Foundation, in collaboration with Lieutenant General P.K. Lavaun and Salima Trading Company, has supported over 200 school children of the Roman Catholic Primary School at Mogbeseke Village, that's the Chiefdom Moyamba District, with learning materials worth thousands of leones. Yvette Goldsmith has the story.
We need more help from the government for us to achieve quality education in this part of our country. We need school feeding, adequate learning material, convincing learning instruction, and many more. We are also asking upon the government to help our teachers have input.
Head teacher, Roman Catholic Primary School. Mubaske village, Abu Amara, appreciated the support, describing it as a new era in the history of the school. Adding, since the establishment of the school in 1956, the Deaconess Salimatu Conte Foundation was the first organization to make such a donation to over 200 needy pupils. He said the school performance in the NPSE examination was impressive. The public relations officer of the Deaconess Salimatu Conte Foundation, Major Mahmoud Papa Conte, said the foundation was formed by the late Deaconess Salimatu Conte to support less privileged children in their education. The foundation since 2021 to date has supported over 1,000 pupils in Freetown, Kailaun, Koinadugu and Moyamba districts. Representatives from Lieutenant General P.K. Lavaun, Michael Lavaun, and Shalima Trading Company, Honorable David Soriba, said they are working hard to reach rural communities to support children accessing education and encourage parents to send their children to school, particularly the girl child. Chief representatives, Ministry of Education, Parents Association appreciated the foundation and partners for their timely support and call on beneficiaries to take advantage of the support and academic work seriously. The foundation will continue to enhance community participation, promoting sustainable education in Moyamba district and other rural areas. Yvette Goldsmith reporting.
And now, as a way of supporting children living with disability awareness group, together with their partners, Lillian Foundation and One Family People, has distributed school and learning materials to over 100 children living with disability. The gesture is a way of encouraging physically challenged children in their studies despite being disabled. Roslyn Koma has the story.
Disability Awareness Group, in their yearly empowerment program supporting children with disability, has supported over 100 disabled children with essential school materials and also financial support to disabled university students. The organizers of the group expressed their commitment to empower these young people in their academic journey. Program Manager, Disability Awareness Action Group, DAG, Francis Buya, emphasized the importance of ensuring that every child, regardless of his or her ability, has access to quality education, stating that their mission is to break barriers and create a more inclusive society.
One Family People and Lillian Foundation, they are the parent body that provide support to us to make sure that we reach these parents for them to be able to go to school.
Are you supporting them from primary level?
Of course, yes. We are supporting them from primary level to university level. We have 127 children who are disabled children. We are providing support for them to go to school. Because we are also providing support to the parents, since the parents they are the first to oversee them.
A beneficiary, Ibrahim Dumbuya, who is now a final year student at Fuabe College, said he has been receiving support from DAG for the past 15 years, and that has helped to create a huge impact for him being a disabled from childhood. He expressed his gratitude to the organizers for the support and also encourage parents with children living with disability to continue encouraging their children to put more efforts in their studies.
Even though it is very difficult, initially when you started the education, because you must have discrimination along the line and as well provocation from school peers, in other words, from school friends, colleagues. They will point fingers at you that this person is working this way, that way. But just be in mind that what you want to achieve in mind must be your focus. Those words, they are words, they want to kill your determination, you understand? But despite whatever words they will utter against you, just meaning that your achievement must be your focus.
The impact of this generosity extends beyond the school materials given to these children. It symbolizes a group of people coming together to support the most vulnerable group of people in society. SLBC News, Roslyn Koma reporting.
Still on. The Sierra Leone University Students Organization has ended its free extra lessons hosted for pupils in SSS 3, attempting this year's WAS. Now, the pupils and teachers were also certified upon their completion for their commitment during the extra classes. Esther Marisa Moore witnessed the closing ceremony at the Government Workers Secondary School in Freetown, and she now reports.
These pupils from various secondary schools in Freetown benefited from 1 month intense free remedial classes. A group of young university students formed the Central One University Students Organization to elevate the challenges faced by many pupils in secondary school by providing them with free quality and accessible learning opportunity during the recess.
The session per se is for the pupils to actually go out there and then to put the information to practice, because it is not about consuming the information, but it is about you practicalize the whole thing. So what we expect the pupils to do is when they get the information, we expect them to practicalize the whole thing. That is why the lesson doesn't mean you just come and teach you the physics, the accounting, or whatsoever. We also provide certain time for the students where they can meet with different speakers. So in other words, we are intriguing their minds so that they can have passion or they can practicalize what's the information they've got. So
these pupils showed resilience in the course of the remedial classes, and few of the best students in all departments received prizes from COSA executive. The recipients commended COSA for broadening their horizon in their various field of studies.
We are great, and all the teachers were extremely putting their efforts and make sure that we excel and to go out there to be in their own. I've experienced the peer learning because we have a combined class where we share our thoughts, ideas.
To be part of this class, it was a very good class and I learned a lot. It helps me. I think I heard about this class on media, radio, and I totally feel that I need to come for this class to learn, to know something, to add value. More we, the science students, it is very hard. But when I join this class, I learn so many things in the area of chemistry, physics, biology, and English. So I'm very happy for this class, and I learned a lot, and I'm going to implement them again.
Deputy Registrar of University of Sierra Leone, who doubles as coordinator of COSA, Brahma Bass, said the initiative is to always bring on board pupils attempting the WASC to embrace learning, noting they are more interested in pupils to master their field of studies instead of just passing the exams. He encouraged them to utilize the knowledge they have acquired during the remedial classes. Various speakers commended the pupils for their bold steps in being part of this journey and encouraged them to embrace the initiative as they strive for academic excellence. Certificates were distributed to all stakeholders, including the teachers of COSA, for their dedication and contributions towards promoting quality education in the country.
You are still with the news on the SLBC. Now, away from education, we now focus our attention on quality assurance and national development. The Chief Minister has seized expired coffee from a trader at Sierra Leone State. Dr. David Senge and team were spot-checking places to assess the quality of goods and products. Cecilia Alisise went along and a report.
How is it? Now you? But this you look like you expire. And designer say we don't take down the
yes,
say because
so we don't take this, yeah.
But if we
not a good do nothing with them. We expire, we not check. Yeah.
On a rainy afternoon, traders were surprised by the presence of the Chief Minister at the Sierra Leone State. Dr. Senge, alongside representatives from Pharmacy Board, Consumer Protection Agency, and Standard Bureau, was seen strolling through the highly populated business street, checking on products by traders and shop owners. Dr. Senge and team interacted with some of the traders and were able to discover packets of expired Mixi coffee from a trader, which Dr. Senge seized and admonished the traders to always check that the products they sell are not expired, as expired goods put citizens' life at risk and violate the business regulatory standards.
As a government, we have been working with the different agencies to make sure that they are doing their work, to make sure that from security we hear about fake drugs, we hear about expired drugs and expired products in the economic management meeting. And His Excellency always is asking us to make sure that we clean up the system. And I saw that trade was doing this, and we're only here to support them and reassure them that we will continue to do citizen engagement, to have people take responsibility to clean the products.
Traders explained the challenges at the Sani Abacha state, including the movements of the government's Wakafine bosses.
The police them. You don't say that we brought us down. I know, but let them all we because we're not single parents.
Director of Trade, Ministry of Trade and Industry, Emmanuel Conjo, says the move was a show of government commitment to work in unity with regulatory agencies to monitor marketplaces and get rid of expired products and sensitize citizens on its effects. SLBC News, Cecilia Alice.
The SLBC is keeping a close eye on the activities of the Chief Minister in ensuring quality products in the market. But for now, the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development and the Institute for Governance Reform have ended a one-day central-level stakeholder validation of the draft development plan for 4 local councils, which included Falaba, Kaine, Moyamba, and Tonkolili. Suleiman Babature has more.
Councils were provided resources to organize these meetings, and we also supported local councils to hold citizen consultations and needs assessment.
The validation process, which saw stakeholders gathered at the Civil Service Training College, Tower Hill, was to see how councils could develop and match up to the plans enshrined in the 2024 to 2030 Midterm National Development Plan.
If what is in the national plan is in the district plan, it justifies the reason that what the people told us during the national plan consultation is the same thing that they are telling IGR. What we need to say now here is implementation. Who does what?
The 7 years plans will address issues around agriculture, health, education, water, energy, environment, youth and gender, among others, in the highlighted districts.
I've worked with communities. You ask them, what do you think is the state of the hospital? Even though the hospital is in bad shape because they have nothing to compare that hospital with, they will say, no, the hospital is fine. So you actually need to support communities that are below development to see how they can plan themselves.
This validation session, according to Acting Development Secretary, Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, Usman Conte, was to raise awareness, increase citizens' participation in governance, and to allow stakeholders to analyze and critique the plan for a proper outcome.
Good time so that those of you who never had the opportunity, and even those of you who spoke, at least you can also look at it to bring out those that are there. People we are talking about, there's that disconnect between local councils and MDAs in terms of some of these activities. So you look at all those gray areas, you point them out so that Andrew and colleagues will take note of this.
The plans catered for ways councils could generate revenues. Among the various ways include tax, birth and business registration, burial permits, market dues, development projects and grants. This was the first phase of the validation process. The team would be in Falaba on the 16th, Tonkolili the 18th, Karine the 20th, and Moyamba the 22nd to engage people and get their views for proper implementation. SLBC News, Swaiman Tue reporting.
The Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces Wives Cooperative Society has held a ceremony to launch the construction of a multi-purpose hall at the Freetown military barracks. The project, fully supported by the First Lady Fatima Bio, is expected to be a hub for empowerment, learning, skills training, and for recreational activities. Stella Bangura reports.
A significant milestone was celebrated when members of the Armed Forces Wives Cooperative Society gathered for the turning of the sword ceremony for the construction of a multi-purpose building. The ceremony took place at the designated site at Freetown Barracks. President of the Armed Forces Wives Cooperative Society, Fatmata Bintu Lavaun, expressed gratitude for the support received throughout the project's planning and fundraising stages. The multi-purpose building, according to Madame Lavahun, will serve a variety of functions, such as a secretariat for the organization, classroom for 60 trainees in various skills, and a hall designed to enhance the social and economic well-being of members and the community.
Construction is not one day off, so I want to entreat that you continue to bring in your donations and your contributions. Every penny counts. Whatever it is that you can support, I want to assure you that it will be appreciated, and of course we'll use it for the construction of this building.
Honorable Abdul Mari Conte of the Sierra Leone People's Party, Managing Director, Rokel Commercial Bank, Dr. Walton Gilpin, Deputy Defense Minister, Colonel Retired Moana Masakoy, and other government officials highlighted the importance of the project, promising to support its construction and promoting women's empowerment. The construction project is made possible through a combination of funds from members and donations from sponsors before and during the events. As part of the ceremony, attendees participated in a symbolic turning of the sword, signifying the official start of construction. The Armed Forces Wives Cooperative Society remains committed to strengthening the bonds between military families and the broader community, and this new building is a testament to that dedication. For SLBC News R in Freetown, Stella Bangura reporting.
You are still watching News Hour on the SLBC. We now take a pause on our main news bulletin and go in for the international news.
This is the international news, and I am Cecilia Alice Cisse. The Iran-backed Lebanese armed group Hezbollah says 2 of its fighters and a girl have been killed after handheld pagers used to communicate exploded. Iran's ambassador to Lebanon was among hundreds of people reportedly injured by what Hezbollah called mysterious blast, which happened simultaneously in southern Beirut and several other areas of Lebanon on Tuesday afternoon. CCTV footage appeared to show an explosion in a man's trouser pocket as he stood at a shop steal. Hezbollah said it was investigating the cause of the blast and did not directly accuse Israel of being behind them. Starvation in war-stricken Sudan is almost everywhere. The head of the World Health Organization, WHO, has told the BBC's Today program after visiting the country. Director General Tedros Adhanom said the situation in Sudan is very alarming, the massive displacement. It's now the largest in the world and, of course, famine. He said 12 million people were already displaced, adding that attention in the global community to Sudan was really low and race was a factor. Thousands of people have been killed since a civil war broke out in April 2023 between Sudan's army and the Parliamentary Rapid Support Forces, RSF. Imagine destruction, displacement, diseases everywhere, and now famine, Dr. Tedros told the BBC. 3 West African countries run by military juntas will be launching a new biometric passport in the coming days as part of their withdrawal from the wider regional bloc ECOWAS. Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger, whose military leaders took over power in series of coups between 2020 and 2023, announced their plan to leave the bloc in January. Following the coups, West African countries sanctioned the juntas, aiming to push them to quickly restore civilian rule. Malian junta leader Colonel Asmiu Goita said in a televised address that in the coming days, a new biometric passport of the alliance will be put into circulation with the aim of harmonizing travel documents in our common area. And finally, on the international news, intense storms battering Central Europe are now reaching Italy, where warnings of heavy rains, strong winds and floods has been used for much of the country. Floods are already reported in the central area of Pescara, while the Italian Meteorological Services weather alerts apply from the northern coast of Emilia-Romagna to the far south. The warnings come as flooding has devastated parts of Poland, the Czech Republic, Romania and Austria this week, leaving at least 21 people dead. Authorities in Croatia, Hungary are also warning of flooding in the coming days. Well, that's the end of the international news. Thanks for watching. I am Cecilia Alice Sise.
Many thanks to Cecilia Alice for bringing us up to date with happenings in other parts of the world. Well, from the international desk, we move over to the entertainment desk for our entertainment news.
Hello and welcome to the entertainment news with me, Julian Dumbuya. In this edition of entertainment news, Matilda Doherty crowned Miss Art Sierra Leone 2024. Queen Afi jumps on Lord Mo Wrong Turn Challenge, and Lionel's Music releases video and drama of Fumble Tick. Miss Supermodel Worldwide Sierra Leone 2023, Matilda Elizabeth Doherty has been crowned Miss Art 2024, and she will likely to be Sierra Leone's representative for the Miss Art Global. In 2023, Martina won Miss Supermodel Worldwide Sierra Leone and represented us at the Miss Supermodel Worldwide in Delhi, India. Of course, she represented the country well, and she is here again to light up the green, white and blue at the Miss Art Global. Her achievement is waving on social media as friends, fans and bloggers are posting congratulatory messages wishing the flying star good luck as she is set for the global competition. Another hardcore female rapper is cooking up, and this time it is Pikinden lecturer Afia Tubayo, aka Queen Afi, the super kid from East Coast, has jumped on the Wrong Turn Challenge by Lord Mo to showcase her lyrical power with dope bars. The video is hot and cool with zombie makeup. Queen Afi released her lyrics bullet on the beat. Here is the video.
This is one turn, bring chopper for rapper, run coastline. Dope, click and keep say by me punch. Just relax, they watch me rapper, they make noise like Bluetooth. Call me Gatus, cause anytime I dash, I they broke. Super silence, put on the walk. Man, they pass fuck force. One for come at me, you stupid, you dead inside this music industry. We nothing no get replacement. Go hard and throw punch on you for make you face them.
Hip hop is indeed alive, as we hope to see more battling for the crown in the near future. Finally, Lionel's Music, the label that has been managing Lionel's the Genius, has released the drama and the video of Fumble Tick, featuring super kids like Lionel's the Genius, Angel Jesse, Baby Nice, and Upline Pekin. Of course, it is 2 in 1. And the music video where the kids exploit lyrical and drama, where they showcase their acting skills. The song is about the strength and family unity. Let's watch.
I don't tell you, Papa. Why you for can't give me the kids now?
And let remember, see,
Fumble Tick they bend, but in not they broke. Fumble Tick they bend, but in not they broke. Fumble Tick they bend, but in not they
kids great talents. Well, that's all we have in this edition of the Entertainment News. I've been your presenter, Joyan Dumbuya.
Many thanks to Joyan Dumbuya for putting that exciting entertainment package together. We will now move over to sports.
Hello and welcome to Sports Update News. I am your presenter, Esther Marie Samoa. In this edition of the Sport News, the president of the Sierra Leone Cricket Association, Francis Trevor Samoa, has said that the association will focus on the Senior Men's Premier League and the Under-19 Men's League for the selection of players for the national team, and as well as structured the association ahead of international competitions. Mamela Mitsuri has more.
According to the chairman of Cricket Sierra Leone, Francis Trevor Samoa, the move aims to select players for international competition and strengthening the National League as part of best practice.
So we are now preparing for resumption of the domestic cricket competitions 2024 between now and December 31st, and also preparing for the ICC Men's T20 Cricket World Cup African Sub-Regional Qualifier scheduled for Lagos, Federal Republic of Nigeria from the 20th to 30 November 2024. A week after that, the men's team will also be participating in the all-important West African Men's T20 Cricket Trophy.
He added that the Sierra Leone Cricket Premier League will resume after the rains, and the 2025 season will start in January and provides equipment support for clubs, noting negotiations are on the way for an increased budgetary support.
We've been able to increase funding for the clubs, and we also we are working very hard to ensure that 2025 league season, which is expected to start in January 2025, to give equipment to support these clubs, not only with seed money, but also to support the clubs with equipment such as batting gloves, wicket-keeping gloves, helmets, and also cricket bats, so that these clubs will be able to participate effectively and successfully in all domestic cricket competitions.
In the recent ICC tournaments, Sierra Leone Remo Coca won Player of the Series and 3 Man of the Match awards. Meanwhile, Emma Kamara won 4 Player of the Match awards and set a record as the first woman in West African sub-region to score over 100 runs in an ICC organized competition. SLBC Sports, Mohamed to reporting.
In the news also, the West African Football Union Under-20 men's football competition underway in Monrovia, Liberia. Sierra Leone Under-20 teams secure a goalless draw with their neighboring country, Guinea. The team is set to take on Liberia in a tightly contested battle on Wednesday afternoon at the same venue, which is the SKD Stadium in Monrovia. Meanwhile, Liberia is currently leading the table with 3 points, followed by Sierra Leone, who already secured one point. Wishing them all the best as they go head-to-head with Liberia on the 20 side. What does it for Sports Updates and News? I have been a presenter, Esther Marie saying goodbye. Keep watching TSLBC.
Many thanks to Esther Marie Samoa for the sports updates. We're from sports. That's how being news are to a close. But before we go, I'll look at your headlines again. More dead bodies have been recovered at the incident leading to the collapsed 7-story building at Shell on Bible Road. Vice President Dr. Mohamed Jallow has expressed his condolences to the bereaved families of the September 16 disaster. And President Julius Maada Bio has attended the Open Age Symposium in the United Kingdom, where he is expected to deliver the keynotes on sustainable food systems and agricultural sustainability. that's all we can share in this edition of News Hour. Many thanks for watching, and thanks indeed for the pleasure of your time. More news to follow in our subsequent news edition starting at 3 this afternoon. Coming up at 9 this morning is your breakfast program, Good Morning Sierra Leone. In the meantime, keep having a fine time with your public service broadcaster, the SLBC. Keep watching. Bye.